Would you say hi to that stranger while shopping at a supermarket? What if I told you that that stranger could easily become your soulmate?
No, you have to get ready.
Bye, love you. When I saw Patricia in that supermarket, it was just this connection, you know, we sort of hit it off on everything. From the beginning, I thought, this lady is special.
He held my hand and said, okay, I love you. He pays attention to what I need. If I'm not well, he's like part of me. He feels it. And that makes me feel like, you know, you feel one, you feel loved. You know.
How did he propose?
To my surprise, we were going to the Burj Khalifa.
There was a pause there, you know, she was thinking, you know, I'm like, hey, my heart's beating like this, you know. But as soon as she said yes, there was some people there sitting next to us and they said, hey, this is my future wife. And, what? Wow, bring the wine.
What is love to you? What does it mean to love and be loved? To some of us, love is the sweetest, indescribable feeling to ever experience. And as someone put it, the best feeling in the world is knowing that you actually mean something to someone. This Valentine season, we echo the phrase, there are no borders with love. It's wild and free, as Australia meets Kenya. Hello and welcome to Diaspora Life with me, Patricia Telewa. We fly all the way to Mombasa, Kenya, and while at the beach, we bump into Ralph and Patricia Spinks, who share a part of their love story with us. And as Ralph puts it, theirs is a love strongly brewed during COVID.
We just disembarking in Mombasa and we see you. Hoping that you can enjoy your Valentine's edition. Thank you.
Mimi naitwa Ernest kutoka Mombasa. Napenda kutazama Diaspora Live kwenye KTN News. Karibu.
My name is Patricia Mudamia, but now maybe Patricia Spinks since we got married. And I am the marketing manager at Ziwa Bushloy. I also have a boutique in Mombasa town.
I'm Ralph Spinks. I'm from Australia. I've been living here for 25 years in Kenya, and I have an orphanage and a school I'm the MD of the orphanage and school in Nakuru, and I also own Ziwa Bush Lodge, where Patricia is the marketing manager there.
So, Miss Patricia, Mr. Spinks, how did you meet?
Interesting.
Very interesting.
One day I was doing my normal shopping at the supermarket in Diani. We happened to like bump into each other in the course of shopping. And he said hi to me and I said hi back. A couple of times we kept on like bumping into each other again. And when we were at the till doing the payment, he said, I have seen you severally here. Do you live here? I said, yeah, I live in Diani. Okay, maybe we can have a drink sometime. I told him, all right, no problem. So he asked for my number. I gave him my number and went on my way. So okay, I didn't expect him to call or anything. But later in the evening, he called and told me he has his friends here because it is his birthday. He was celebrating his birthday with friends in Diani, that's why he's here. So if I would like to join them for a drink. Coincidentally, I had my friends coming to visit from Nyali. They had come to Diani to visit me. So I told them, okay, you guys always ask me where you can go out for a drink or anything. So today we have an opportunity. Let's just go out and have a drink. I have a friend who has just called me. Okay, not a friend as such, someone I met earlier. We can go and have a drink together. So we went out and he came with his friends from Australia and we had a nice evening. And the following day they were leaving. He was leaving back to Nairobi and the friends were flying out, right? Yeah, so he just left and that was it. I was like, it was a nice evening, it was good time together and that was it. But when he left, 2 days later, he texted me, okay, how are you doing and all that. And we kept on chatting for like 2-3 months.
Like daily?
Yeah. So he told me, would you like to come visit me in Nairobi? I said, actually I was to go and buy some stuff for my shop. I can cooperate, like I go do my shopping and we can hook up. So that was like the first date. So I met him in Nairobi and that's when we went up to Mount Kenya.
What was your impression of her when you met her?
When I saw Patricia in that supermarket, we were going up and down the aisles and we kept turning the aisle and then, oh, you're there again. You know, it's like a smile at the first time and then, you know, sort of it became more and more each time and she looked just like she looks now, you know, and I thought, wow, she's really pretty, you know, and it's not like me to be looking at Kenyan women, you know, so anyway, I was really impressed and then so as she said, we flew back to Nairobi and I had a number, of course, so we were texting became every day, even every night. She would have a shop in Mombasa town. She'd drive to Diani and talk all the way, you know. When she gets home, you know, we go to sleep, you know. But yeah, it's like that. And then I was excited when she was coming up to. She flew up. I met her at Wilson Airport, and they let me go in to the airport. So I'm looking at who's getting off the plane, you know. And I only remember seeing her there. You know, I had a picture of her, of course, from Indiani, but I'm looking at everyone's getting off the plane. Is that her? You know, because Kenyan women, they can change so much, you know, in a day, you know. So I'm looking and I'm thinking, is that her? No, that's not her. No, she looks a bit more, has a bit more weight on, you know, and well, that one's too skinny, or I think, you know, I really don't know which. I'm starting to get worried, you know. I don't know which one. Maybe she's coming through the baggage scanner already, you know. I'm looking there and I'm still looking at the plane. They're still coming off the plane, and then she came off the plane. I thought, oh, no, that's got to be her. Yeah, wow, she's gorgeous, you know. Anyway, she came through and she got to the scanner and she waved, and yeah, then we drove. We actually talked. Oh, it was the shortest trip to Mount Kenya I've ever had. we just talked all the way. It was just this connection, you know. We sort of hit it off on everything. We agreed upon everything, you know. It just sort of fell in that way. Yeah, and Mount Kenya was great. And then from there we went on. That's a long story from there, you know. But that's how it all happened. And yeah, I thought that she was something special.
Who said I love you first?
Okay, the same trip to Mount Kenya, things happened like so fast. So I took it as an opportunity to visit my parents because I come from Meru. So I'm like, since I'm here, we're in Nanyuki. Where I come from is like 100 kilometers from Nanyuki because that's where we went. And I decided to take it as an opportunity to go and see my parents. So I asked him if he could drop me, but one way I was like, so, okay, now I'm going with a stranger at home. How am I gonna explain them who he is and all that? But anyway, I gave myself some strength, and we bought some plants and told him, can you help me drop these home, like seedlings? So, and when I got home, I had to tell my parents, okay, he's a friend of mine, we met, and he helped me bring these seedlings at home. So anyway, he didn't stay. He went to sleep in the hotel in town. And that night before we sleep, he called me, and as we were talking, he said, "You know what? I love you." Okay, I was like, "Yeah, me too."
He said,
"I love you." I was kind of surprised because we were like connecting in so many ways, and I felt like maybe it's only me who is feeling that, but it's too soon maybe to say it. But it happened that he was feeling the same, and he was the first to like let me know. So it made me like feel at ease. So I was like, wow, it's something that I'm feeling, and I have a chance at least to say it without feeling like it's too soon, you know.
Spinks, what got you to think it was time for me to express the way I feel to Patricia?
I think the connection was there from day one, from the supermarket. So it was just sort of all falling in place, and then meeting her again in Nairobi, and then talking all the way to having dinner there and playing golf there. It was just all fun. I was sort of taken by how she looked, her mannerism, her intelligence. She had her own car and everything, you know. She had her own business, and I was really impressed, you know. So all those things were adding up for me. I went one step further and said, I really think I love you, you know. You know, but maybe that's a bit too quick, but she quickly came back and said, you know what, I think I love you too, you know. So that was wow. She can really cook. She cooks exactly what I want, you know.
We went to a restaurant. It's called Atmosphere, 125th floor. And there is where after dinner and all that, he proposed. I was like, okay. I was like taken aback. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know if to say yes, but the excitement alone was like, no.
We find out more about what happened after Ralph proposed to Patricia, and did she say yes? What made them postpone their wedding? And how was their honeymoon at the hospital? And is Ralph planning to go back to Australia? What a love!
How did he propose?
It was quite a big surprise. He told me that's like 8 months after we met. So he told me, okay, let's travel to Dubai. I'm like, yeah, actually I've never been to Dubai. That's a big thing to me. So we went to Dubai, and 3 days later, he had already organized the dinner and all that. So he told me, dress up, there's somewhere I want us to go. Okay, for dinner, yeah. Okay, I was used to like going to the restaurants for dinner, so I thought this is another special dinner. So we left the hotel, and to my surprise, we were going to the Burj Khalifa. Okay, have you booked, like, we have to go up, there's the viewing and all that up to the last floor. I thought maybe that was a plan, but no, we went to a restaurant. It's called Atmosphere, 125th floor, and there is where he proposed. I was like, okay. I was like taken aback. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know if to say yes, but the excitement alone was like, no, I have to say yes. Okay, I held it a bit because I felt like maybe it's too soon. It's like 8 months, you have to know the person more and all that. But it was so sweet, so nice that I could not say no. And I knew deep inside me I loved him. So I said, whatever else that is not okay, we will sort it out later. But as the things were at that moment, I was happy.
Tell me about the proposal, Spinks.
Yeah, it was all planned, of course. Yeah, from before we went to Dubai, I didn't tell her anything. I just arranged it all, and I didn't let on at all. People were saying to us, when are you guys getting married? Oh, one day, I didn't let on to anyone. So, yeah, so I planned it. So in the hotel we booked there, I went to the reception by myself and told them, can you arrange me a taxi to go to the Burj Khalifa and book me the dinner table. So you got to book in advance. So I did all that. And then we went there, and yeah, it was spectacular. You never know whether the woman's going to say yes or no. I was sort of confident and not confident, and but I knew what I wanted. So anyway, I gave the nod. For this is it. This is it. So I gave the nod, and then he came over, and he came in with a plate and a bowl, and it's all like fog, steam, or whatever. I don't know if it's steam. It's just all fog. You can't see. It's all just so thick, and put it on the table there. And Patricia looked and said, "Well, we're having dessert, are we?" She said, "Well, what type of dessert is this?" I had no idea. Let's just get into it, So she gets in there, and there's something in the middle there. There was a red rose thing in the middle, and then she kept it, and then she thought it was in there. What? So that's when I got down on my knees and said, and there was a delay. There was a pause there. She was thinking, like, hey, my heart's beating like this, But as soon as she said yes, there was some people that lived in Dubai, some Wazunga people there. He had his wife and his daughter. They're sitting next to us, and they said, hey, this is my future wife. And, what? Wow! Bring the wine. So they all come and sat around at our table. We had bottles of wine. They were buying expensive wines for us, and it was like a real party after that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know them, but I wanted to tell them anyway. I was so excited because it was sort of it's a huge relief. You're planning for all this, and because you see in the movies, they say no sometimes. So.
So interesting. Tell me about your wedding. I understand you're newlywed.
It went exactly as planned, How she wanted it. I said, look, let's know how. Let's not pull out any stops. Let's just do it the way you want it. We only get married once, so let's make this a real wedding. Because we talked about what size wedding and stuff like that in the beginning, but we decided no, let's go all out. So we spent some money, and we had a very good wedding.
We actually had planned the wedding immediately after the proposal, but it didn't the following year, because it was in 2019 that he proposed. So the following year we had planned to do it in April, but then COVID came in March or Feb. So all the plans went, we couldn't do it. We kept waiting and waiting, hoping that the COVID would go down, or maybe things will change and we can be able to have the wedding that we planned or I wanted, because we had restrictions on the number of people, the venues and all that. So I was feeling like it's not gonna be the way I want it, so we just better give it more time. And also he wanted, like he said, he wanted the best man, the friends to be as his best man, but the borders were closed and there's no way they could travel. So we were like, let's just give it some time and see if things will ease up and we can do it. So the year went by and still nothing. 2021 came, still the same thing. So one day we were like, okay, let's get this thing done, because we would wait, and at least in Kenya things ease up. At least you could have a group of people together without any problem. So we decided, okay, we'll either do it without the friends, or we wait again for another 1 year or 2, and we don't know what is going to happen. So we decided, okay, let's do it, because we can do it in Kenya. There's not so much restrictions. So sometime in May last year, we just said, okay, let's do the wedding, let's do the wedding. We started planning. There is the Russia thing, there is everything. It was a wedding that was planned within 3 months. Everything was like put together within 3 months. So from April, May, we planned to go to, actually from May, we planned to go for the Russia wedding. 3 weeks before the real wedding. I didn't have like a wedding planner. So I thought it's something easy that I can just get a gown here, do this, do that, and the wedding is sorted. I had ordered my gown from England, but unfortunately it came smaller. So it's like 1 week, it's like 2 weeks, 2 weeks before the wedding. So I had to go shopping for another wedding gown. And luckily we found a gown there, a designer gown, and I was so happy. The day we had given, the date we had planned, we had to postpone because unfortunately we got sick, both of us, like the flu or something. I don't know if it's COVID or what, but we all got sick. So the wedding was supposed to be like next weekend, but we had to postpone to the next weekend. So like everything else has to like come to a stop. And everyone had planned to travel, they had set their days to come and all that. So actually we missed a lot of people for the wedding because of the quick change. But anyway, eventually it happened on the following dates that we had planned, and it was a good wedding. Beautiful. I had all my parents and the people from the village come. I had my friends here. It was fantastic. It was really a nice wedding. We had the church service at Nyali Baptist, and then down to the reception at English Point. And it was more than what I expected. It was beautiful.
2 days after the wedding, I got pains around in this area here, and so went to the hospital, and I had a burst appendix burst, which is dangerous, So I had to go into surgery. So we spent the honeymoon week in Aga Khan Hospital. So
that's the sad part of it.
Yeah, that's the sad
part. But otherwise, the wedding was fantastic.
Yeah.
What are your Valentine's plans with your loved one? Has COVID-19 been a factor for your love? Unfortunately, we got to go, and we want to thank you so much for watching Diaspora Life. Join us again next week and every Friday at 8 p.m. Kenyan time on KTN News for juicy stories of Kenyans living in the diaspora. If you'd like to share your story, DM us on our social media platforms at diaspora_life, or write to us through diasporalife@standardmedia.co.ke. Remember to download Standard Flix app for lots of amazing stories from diaspora and beyond. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Pasil Telewa for more interaction. Wishing you a happy Valentine's Day, and see you again next week. Same time, same place. Te amo.